Okay. Hi guys, Small Town Movie Watcher Mama, and I have a review of Despicable Me 3, which we saw a couple of days ago. So this movie is rated G, PG? Okay, PG. It's by Illumination. Theater, not theater, group, whatever. That doesn't matter, guys. So this movie is a continuation of the Despicable Me series. So there's 1, 2, and now 3, obviously. This movie stars Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig, and some other people that I don't know. I mean, that I know, but I don't really care about. So this movie, like I said, is the 3rd installment of the Despicable Me series, starring Gru, the villain with the heart of gold. The villain turned bad, good guy. So this movie finds Gru and Grucy, as they're called, working for the AVL, the Anti-Villain League. And so at the beginning they're sent in to stop Balthazar Brat, who was a child star and kind of went like crazy after like his show got canceled. It was a show back in the 80s. So he goes and steals this big pink diamond and then gets away from Grucy. And Gru was kind of upset that he wasn't able to stop him, Balthazar Brat. What do they call him in the movie? Brat? Somebody? I don't know. Anyway, apparently he keeps like getting away from Gru. So Gru goes on this stop the Brat crusade, and as he's like doing this, he's told that he has a twin brother, Drew, over in Freelandia. And so Gru goes and meets Drew, and like Drew is like the complete opposite of Gru. Like he is like super like flamboyant and happy and he wants to learn the family business of villainy, being a villain, being bad, from Gru, because his dad was a villain, and so he wants to like carry on the family business. So you have Gru, the bad guy turned good, and then you have Drew, the good guy that wants to be bad. And so they like team up to go after Balthazar Brat. So hilarity ensues, craziness ensues. You have like Gru, who does his like villaining work, and then you have Drew, who's like the complete opposite of him, right? So like he's like super awkward and like weird and doesn't do anything right and all that. So they work together to try to get Balthazar Brat, all the while trying to raise his 3 children that he adopted in the first movie. Okay? So, does he do it? You'll have to watch the movie and find out. Okay, so I was super excited to see this movie because in the previews, which was like the first 5 minutes of the movie, was like the preview, they had all this good like 80s music and stuff like that. So I was like super excited to like hear the 80s music, which they did pretty good at like keeping it going through the movie. Because I was born in 1979, so I'm like in late 80s, well, like 80s, 90s kid. So they did a good job with all the 80s references. Balthazar Brat was like, his show was on in like 86, I think, or something like that. Anyway, whatever. So they have, like all the neon and the, the triangles, like all the, what's the 80s? They have that thing. Synthesizer? Is that what the thing's called? The keyboard. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. He plays that. They have a dance-off. He has, like, humongous shoulder pads. He has, like, this thing. Kid and play hair with a mullet and then a bald spot. So, guys, I mean, like, they did a good job with like late 80s, early 90s stuff. So that was fun. I was tempted to get up and dance in the movie theater, but we were like in the front row and that would have been embarrassing to everybody. But, so I didn't. But whatever. It had Gru in it. Obviously, Gru is cute and fun. I really like Steve Carell. I think he does a good job with his voice. Did he voice Drew too? Yes. So he did both voices, Gru and Drew. I like Kristen Wiig in it. I think she does a good job. The girls were kind of not really in the movie. I mean, they were like in it, but they weren't like in it. Like, there was some like parallel story with the youngest girl trying to find a unicorn. I don't really know what that was about. That was kind of weird. That was kind of like they could have done without that. I do feel like, kind of going back to that, I do feel like they were trying to tell like lots of different stories, 3 or 4 different stories. It just felt very all over the place, I thought. But it was cute. It was, you know, whatever. It's Despicable Me. The Minions were in it. They have like a parallel story. The girls had a parallel story. There was some lady from the Villain League. I don't know what her part was. She was kind of like a, let's just throw an extra character in there because we need more characters. So yeah, I liked the 80s references. I liked the 80s music. I liked Gru. He was funny, as always. I think they need to probably bring this this series to an end, though, because I feel like maybe it's run its course. They did kind of leave it open, though, at the end of this one for maybe a 4th one, I thought. We'll see. So, if you really like the Despicable Me series, if you like the Minions, if you like the whole, like, whatever, go see it. We saw it because the boys wanted to see it, and I wanted to hear the 80s music. So, they do a good job with the 80s music. But there's lots of different stories. I didn't know that they pulled it together very well. So, go see it. It's a fun movie. It's a good thing to, you know, like if you need to cool off or whatever, you can go see it. Or if you want to just like not pay, you know, our little theater uptown has $5 per person matinees before noon, so that's what we did. So it was like $20 because our littlest is free for like 2 more weeks, and then we have to pay for it. Anyway, so it was cheap. Was a good way to cool off and have some time as a family. Okay, so Despicable Me 3 by Illumination Studios. My children are supposed to be napping, but they're screaming, so I'm getting distracted. Rated PG, Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig. Yeah. So, you know what? I'm like this. Kind of. I said go see it, didn't I? Did I say go see it? Yeah, okay. So we'll stick with that. Go find this movie and get lost in it. Okay? Bye!